Hey everybody. Sorry. Holy cow. Hey Skull. Yeah, shit, dude. I fell asleep right around dark and oh dude. Oh, damn it. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's been raining and overcast all day. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Oh man. Dude, I'm telling you what, it's been just totally crazy. Yeah, man. Uh, fell asleep and nah. Well, not now. Shit. Uh, well, shit. I fell asleep and oh my god, slept like a baby. I woke up and realized my phone was dead. Oh, craziness. And I was like, oh, no wonder. Oh, man. Oh, good grief. Oh, dude. Yeah, just crazy. I was like, this is nuts. Uh, so I was like, oh, crap. My phone's dead. The power's been out most of the day. So yeah, things have been kind of weird. And whoa, what a crazy situation. I hear you. No, just been a strange day. But anyway, no doubt. Oh, I had to start up. What's up, Zepe? What's happened? Uh, just wow. Still kind of waking up. I was like, oh shit. What's up, Jake? Yeah, no, I'm all right. I really just man. Hey,
What's
what's up?
up?
I pulled one of you. I fell asleep earlier this evening. Just it was because it was overcast and stuff, and it was just a miserable day.
Yeah, I kind of took it easy today too, and it we had a storm roll in, and so I gave up on trying to do any work outside. So I went to bed early again too. I just
Oh,
woke up about a half hour ago.
yeah, fucking Randy was here. I passed out. He didn't wake me up. So he was about ready to leave. He's like, okay. So he went back to his cabin. I was like, oh, okay. Let me check. I was like, how come my alarm didn't go off? My phone was completely dead. Yeah. Oh man. Hmm. I did sell two rabbits today,
Cool.
and My brother came home with 4 turkeys, a tom and 4 hens. Yeah. And yeah, it never stopped raining. That well, it might have for like a few minutes at a time.
Yeah, when the storm came, it was probably 4 o'clock or so. It looked horrendous on the radar. I mean, it was mean looking, and
Yeah.
we had a few. I mean, it was all broken up with like little red and orange cells scattered all here and there, and when it was more wind than anything else. But when it did rain on and off, I mean, it was torrential downpour for 15, 20 minutes here and there. Once the sun rises, I gotta go around, walk outside, and look for wind damage. I'm
Right.
sure there'll be some.
I don't think a lot of ours was like that. It was mostly consistent, just soaking rainfall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thunder and the lightning, that times got crazy. You know?
Wasn't that bad here with thunder and lightning. A few rumbles, and I don't recall any lightning at all. Then again, I was
Um,
trying to sleep through it, so
oh, right. No, it's been on and off all day, dude. The dogs all came in and everything, right? And they were all sleeping. And then I fixed dinner and we ate and then turned around and I sat down and I passed out.
yeah,
Ah,
I'm gonna have to make something to eat here in a little bit because I didn't eat anything today. So
man, I made chili. So it was pretty good. But yeah, no, I got done with dinner and was doing my thing and turned around. Next thing you know, it's almost midnight.
yeah,
I gotta go. Just let you know. And I was like, oh shit, okay. And as he was leaving, I was checking my phone and I was like, oh crap.
yeah, I was hoping that one of my neighbors was gonna come over and help me with the lawn today before the storm came, but he never called back. So
Oh no shit.
'cause
Well,
it's my neighbor's
that
future son-in-law, and he was my neighbor's telling me, he's like, yeah, if you ever need help with the lawn, he's got his own mower and he's looking to make money and all this stuff. And so I texted him up and never heard back from him. And today would have been, the perfect day to do it before the storm. So now everything is wet. I don't know when it's going to dry out.
right, right.
And then I texted my other neighbor to see if he could come over and help me get one of those mowers running for myself, and didn't hear back from him at all during the day. Like, I sent text at like 8:30 this morning, and he
Yeah.
didn't respond to me until about 9 o'clock tonight. And all he said, he's like, yes. I'm like, well, what's yes mean? So I'm assuming
Right,
he's going to stop by later today, which will be good. It's just that
right.
that tire, the rear tire on that one mower that I bought last year, we cannot get it off that axle. It's like stuck.
No shit.
Yeah, we use PB Blaster and WD-40 on the axle and beat the rim with a hammer for like 3 hours, and we couldn't get it to budge more than like half an inch.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. Hey, Zoombait, what's up?
What's up, Zoom? Oh man, that sucks. Um, is it new? Was it new last year, or was it just used?
No, I bought it used on Facebook last year, and when the guy delivered it, he somehow slipped the tire off the rim, broke the bead as he was unloading it out of his truck. I'm like, seriously?
Oh, did you try the WD-40 trick?
Oh, with the torch?
Well,
Or
WD-40 in a fireplace lighter.
yeah, I've never tried it before. Um, I'll let my dude Gary do it if he wants. That shit kind of scares me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've seen lots of videos of people doing it, but usually when they do it, they're doing a tubeless setup, and I got a
Yeah.
tube in there.
Oh, it's got a
So
tube. Yeah, you
yeah,
can't do that with that.
yeah.
No, it's
Hey,
got a tube
Sing,
with
what's
it.
up?
You can't do that. Hey, Sting. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's a hole in the tire that's plugged up, so maybe we can try doing it with the starting fluid. If I take the tube out, we'll see if that plug holds. But I don't know. If we can't get that thing working, we'll maybe try working on the other older mower that crapped out on me last year.
You might get a pulley puller and might be able to get that rim off.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Might be able to do something like that, maybe. But yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. I mean, my mower that I've been using for years, the Husqvarna, that thing, it crapped out on me last spring. Um, it apparently the exhaust system is being blocked, so it was overheating. That's why the damn thing caught fire last year.
Ooh,
And it may just be a simple case of like the protective housing for the exhaust is being like pushed in too far because just being running over rocks and tree stumps and shit compressed it to enough to block the exhaust manifold. Might just be a simple enough thing to take a crowbar and a hammer and hammer it back out far enough for the exhaust to get out.
oh wow,
But
right.
I don't know, I'm not mechanically inclined enough to figure that one out.
Oh wow. Oh,
And it's
okay.
got a flat tire in the front, so and I don't have the only compressor I have is a little tiny emergency compressor that came with my dad's Ford,
Oh
but
right.
the only power source and connection it has is for a cigarette lighter. It's not like I can just plug it into the wall.
Oh right, right.
So I mean, in the morning I'll call my buddy up. He's got a small portable air compressor that's AC powered. I see if he can lend it to me for the day. Because the other people in the neighborhood, the only air compressors they have are big, dedicated ones that are in their garages. You can't move them; they're not portable.
Right.
I got to get something done in the next day or two because the grass is getting tall.
Right. Right. Yeah, mine. I was gonna cut it before the storm myself, but mine and the freaking mower wouldn't start. Come out. I didn't have any starting fluid and stuff, so I was like, oh, I'll just go to the store and get some. But oh, I haven't been out. I haven't left here for since then. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't gonna run to town just for a can of starting fluid.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I was digging around in my basement and I found a can. So,
Oh yeah.
my dad always all kinds of cans and sprays, automotive type crap. My dad always kept all of that kind of shit around the house. So I found
Right.
a can.
Yeah, I usually do too, but I think I used it all.
Now, when you're using starting fluid to start an engine, what exactly do you do with it?
I open up the air cleaner and make sure I'm getting it right down in the carburetor.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Yep.
I've never used it for a prescribed purpose before, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. It's pretty much, you open up the air cleaner and um, get get the sponge out of the way usually, and then throw it in there and turn it over. Just spray a little bit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Pull on it a few times or turn it over. And once it fires up first time for the season, it's usually good to go. But yeah, I've got several things like that that just require a little extra, kick to get it going. What's up, KFC? So try that at home, though. Yes, Sing, come on up. What's up, Adam Loft?
Yeah, looks like we got a troll in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, I tell you, my shoulder's hurting, and I didn't do nothing to do anything with to make it hurt. Man, I tell you. Oh, you need a link? All right, I got it.
Yeah, it was just a hit and run with that troll. They're already gone. All right.
Yeah. Your Air Riverstone. What's up? Welcome in. Yeah, I tell you, it's been crazy, man. It's just been raining all damn day. I don't know what to do. Off and on and stuff like that. Tomorrow's supposed to be clear. Then we're supposed to get rain again Monday. So, but my phone went completely dead, which is weird because I didn't even use it much today. You know.
KFC diesel being high makes no sense to me since it's really a byproduct of making gasoline.
Yeah.
It should be lower.
Yeah, prices in my area, because I've been saying for a couple months now, it's been hovering steady at $4.10 a gallon for regular. It's like $4.33, $4.35 everywhere now.
Yeah, and normally we're like 80 to $1 cheaper than anywhere in the country. 80 cents to more cheaper than the rest of the country, but we're sitting on 4.50 now on gasoline ourselves here in Missouri, and that's
It's
just
getting
bizarre.
insane. It's just ridiculous. And the gas companies don't let them fool you. They're loving it.
Oh yeah, they're eating it up.
Yep. Hey, Zach.
I saw an article saying that gas prices are expected to hit over $10 a gallon in Washington state, which that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
In Colorado, they're expecting 6 by midsummer.
This is just totally fucking unnecessary.
Thanks,
is.
Potato Head. Excuse me.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe Biden. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, if I hear somebody say it's the war over in Ukraine again, after we were completely self-sufficient on fuel for, 3 of the 4 Trump years, and if I hear one more person say, well, blame it on the war over there, I'm going to flip out on them. It's like it has nothing to do with that.
Right.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with it now, but it's gas prices are a large percentage of the gas prices that we pay are tied into the futures market, and that's what's causing half the problems, because people freak out about world events, and that affects the futures market, which is how the gas companies decide some of their pricing. When I worked at the gas station for Speedway, it was that's how it was. It's the speculation market. They'll look and say, and they'll have a bunch of people that look into the future and say, well, we think the barrel price of oil is going to raise up, in 6 months to so-and-so price. So let's price accordingly now to offset any losses further down the road. And that's mostly what it is.
And
Right.
It should,
And
speculation pricing like that, it's unregulated. And it should, not exist at all, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right.
It has a lot to do with a lot of these oil companies working together on that type of stuff too, to control the price and keep it raised up for profits.
Well,
Tony, I hope you're kidding.
I know, right?
Same with the Adam Loft. I'm hoping they're just being sarcastic and not just trolling the lefties trolling.
Yeah, I own several, actually. I have a couple of them that are from friends who passed away, brother veterans that didn't have family that take the flag.
No, Wizard of Oz is definitely not a lefty.
Yeah. No, Zach, haven't got any snow yet, just drizzling. We're supposed to be pretty nasty weather through Thursday, though. I'm guessing tonight, though, because it's dropping pretty good temperature.
Yeah, there's this one cold cloud over Colorado. It just seems like.
So it is. It is. And you see it everywhere else is the green for rain, and we're that blue for like snow, sleet, and all that. And it's weird because even north of us in Nebraska is green for rain, and we're getting possible snow. It's like, well, that's not fair. They're north. They're supposed to get the snow.
Fire in the bowl.
Fire in the bowl.
Fire in the bowl. Oh. Brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.
.com.
Colorado, where I'm at, there, your whatever, driver stone. Colorado, where I'm at, pretty conservative. I'm not in the front range. I'm not on that I-25 corridor by Denver. We've got like basically 4 counties that control all of Colorado. If you look at the map of Colorado, it's solid red except for one little strip that goes up in front of the mountains.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Smoking weed is very liberal. No, it's very libertarian.
It's very American, is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing weed being politicized.
No.
You know,
Ridiculous.
if you're gonna nitpick about the politics of weed and stuff, you just need to smoke more of it. Forget about it. You know.
I don't smoke or drink, and I don't have a problem with either one of them. I don't think that's a political thing. I think that's just a personal thing.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's been decriminalized here in our state, and so we don't have any laws against it other than dealing.
Yeah, and libertarians are pretty darn conservative, and they pretty much want everything legalized. So I'm not sure how he thinks that could be liberal.
Right. Yeah, you know, what you do to yourself is not a crime. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that completely there, Tony. I believe you that you've been using government assistance.
What you do is your own problem, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome, by the way, from all of us to you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's the comments like that is where we need Don T.
Him and his LTS, right?
Yeah.
Right. Low tolerance for stupidity.
I wouldn't if it was a couple years ago, I'd take a trailer. I presume you mean a flatbed trailer, but I've got a little dump trailer now, a little flatbed car / utility trailer. So I'm pretty well set up. Actually, I'm downsizing everything to where I can do everything with my half ton now. So I'm getting ready to get rid of a lot of stuff.
Well, it doesn't. Nah, I'm not even going to get involved in that conversation.
The fuel price just it affects a person. It affects your profit margin. It affects everything.
Right. Your ability to move, your ability
Yep.
to afford things that you need.
Mm-hmm. If I travel over 20 miles now, I put a little extra on the bid for fuel.
Right.
And that's the first time I've done that.
My brother came home with 4 turkeys today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 1 tom and 3 hens. They're not, I don't even know what kind they are. Yeah. They look like a wild turkey, actually. Not the ones you see on TV when they, you know, when they show a turkey or the drawings for Thanksgiving turkeys and stuff like that. They look like wild turkeys. Yeah.
I hate wild turkeys. I had a bad experience with wild turkeys. You all know about that, though. I was just wanting to fish, and those damn things attack.
Right? Wow.
And I was glad there was some of you here that know how vicious wild turkeys can get, because when some of the people in chat, they're like, Apple, BS, wild turkeys. Like, no, wild turkeys, if you've ever been around them, they get mean. And I must have been close to a nest or something because they were ticked.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll get crazy on
you. Yep.
Skull says he'll take some wild turkey. But
Nope.
yeah,
Have you ever had a rooster go after you, Emerald?
once I certainly had fried chicken.
Yep. I had one that was way too vicious, and it was big, and it was mean. You got close to it, and yeah, it went after my nieces and nephews once, and that was the last time it went after anything.
Right. I grabbed a board and hit him like a baseball bat when he came at me. You
Yeah.
know, and certainly thereafter had fried chicken.
Yeah. Some of them, they just get so vicious, you got to. I mean, it's good to have a rooster around that'll protect the chickens because, I mean, a rooster will go after a hawk. It'll go after all sorts of stuff to protect the chickens. But when it starts going after the person that feeds them, it's not good. Yeah. Somebody can get rid of Adam Loft. Just did the hook and sickle.
Oh yeah. And Diva. Yeah.
And they're the same freaking account.
Are they?
Yeah, they just did the same thing. Now they're spamming.
Something here is stopping me from getting to Twitch.
Oh, great. Hey, Zach, you want to hit Adam and Yura for us?
I can't get into Twitch.
Thank you, Zach. Fresh and be. Yeah, whatever. You guys got several people on here that are just kind of apparently bored.
I can't get into Twitch for some reason. There's potential security issues.
I got rid of Twitch, dude. It was like on my phone and even on my laptop.
Wiz, you may have to like log off, of Twitch and re-log back in. I've seen that happen before.
I can't get to it.
Yep, KFC.
I can't get to it at all.
You might have to clear your browser history and clear your DNS cache.
Right. Shit.
Zach's our bouncer. People get a little too rowdy and he kicks their ass. Oh shit, did Emerald just freeze up?
No, I'm here. I'm just reading some.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can bring it up on a different web browser.
There was just a couple trolls a minute ago. Skull. Kick their heads through this. Zach, how have you been doing, by the way, buddy? It's been a while since I've been on here. I didn't really get a chance the other night to ask you. I hope you're doing good, man. Good to hear. Oh, man. Running that chainsaw.
He's been having real hot weather out there, like 90 degrees.
He was saying last night he could cook an egg on his sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, well, you would like it here right now because we're getting like, yeah, under 40 at night, pretty much every night, and then maybe 80, low 80s during the day. Last night we were supposed to hit 30, but we only hit 34. So I think that's why it was just a drizzle and no snow.
I can't even get through it through another browser. Just brought up Brave. Tried to go in.
That's weird. It might be an issue on their end. It's working on mobile, but let me try through the browser. No, it's loading on my end.
Weird.
See, that's why I didn't like Vaughn. Vaughn wanted me to shut down everything. It wouldn't let me log on with the IPN or any of that stuff running.
Yeah, Vaughn's garbage.
Yeah,
I've never
agree.
had anything but trouble with Vaughn. It would never take my password, even though I, legit registered on it and everything. It's just garbage.
And then when I was able to get on, I wasn't able to chat with anybody. I was able to watch chat, but every time I tried to send something, it'd bring up a message. Yeah, the man is watching you, Wiz.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the FUBA.
Right.
What browser are you using, Wiz? Chrome?
Firefox.
Firefox.
And I was just trying to go in through Brave.
Hey, Butch, how's it going, man?
Yeah, my best guess is going back into your history and clearing all your data out.
Yeah.
What's up, dear bitch?
Where's all the baby food at?
Well, someone posted in Facebook. I'm a member. Someone started a community group for my city here in Ohio, and they talk about everything local. And there's, every day someone's posting about the baby food. Someone went to the Walmart today, the local one here, and they took pictures. They had full stock of formula, except that they had it behind locked doors, so no one could steal it. And they were limiting 2 cans per person, but they had the shelves were full, which was not the case just a few days ago. I mean, the shelves were pretty much empty.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently there was some company that made a lot of that had didn't pass some inspection or something.
Yeah, the largest plant that produces that stuff is up in Michigan, and apparently they got shut down by the USDA apparently, and they're working towards getting it reopened, but it's going to take, even if they reopen today, it'll take probably a month for them to make an impact on the market, as far as distribution goes.
Right. That's what happens with this corporate America, where you got monopolies, one company that handles everything. Something happens and everything stops. Hey, Don.
What's up, Don?
Going on. Y'all won't let me just take 2 seconds to get my fucking shit together before you yank me into this shit.
Hey, I looked at the Santan, and I actually emailed them today and found out that they do have some of even their used ones that still have the UL tags on it that are able to be a grid tie.
Able to be a grid tie.
Yeah, because I've
Okay.
got the ones that you could get some of them a little bit cheaper, but all the UL tags are off of them. And for some reason, to be certified, they have to have that UL signs or tag still on them. And that's what
Okay.
they told me. But they do have a lot with the UL sign. They just make sure that I got
certified for grid tie. In other words, you can't tie them to the grid unless I think that's a load of shit.
Yeah. It sounded corny. Maybe it's a way to get an extra. It's only like I think the ones they told me about were like 58 instead of the 48 if you buy
Okay.
A large amount. So, but that's still an insane deal.
It is. You're right. Absolutely. They are the cheapest I've found. If you find someplace cheaper, tell me. I'll buy some.
No, that's way cheaper than. I'm glad you gave that to me because even their new stuff is way cheaper than places around here sell it for.
Platoon, my brother. What's up, sir? Mr. Butch. Always a pleasure. Oh shit, it's dawn. Not that son of a bitch again. What's Saturday night? How's everybody?
Some of us are just waking up.
Some of
Yeah,
us are just, I kind of saw that. What the fuck?
I know, right? It's been a really crappy day.
I've been working my balls off today. I've been hauling fucking solar panels all day.
No shit.
I finally unstrapped the rack, the last pallet that I had, and started hauling them, 2x2 over to where I'm going to stage them and get them connected. And I can't haul them, but two at a time with the ATV. So between that and going rock hunting and maintenance on the ATV and other shit going on.
Right.
Not bad, not a bad day. I'm figuring out the inverters and how to keep my battery topped up and charged, and that's working out really well. It's another communications cable that I need to talk to the batteries, and that's okay. It'll be here on Monday. That's it. Basically, I'm pretty fucking charged. Actually, I'll put my first load on it probably tomorrow, which would be lights and heater and shit like that.
Right.
I'm gonna try to put up my own, do most of the work myself, but to wire it in, I'm gonna have to hire somebody to wire it in because I've got that standby generator and I don't understand how to tie in a grid tie system plus have that standby.
I can help you
I
with
don't
that. So
really.
you're gonna do a lot of the work, and you're gonna have the electrician come in to do the certified work, the shit that's got to tie to the grid, the shit that's got to tie into your system, and make sure that all the code meets. So that's why you bring him in. But you dig the ditches, you bury the cable, you put the fucking Romex in, you do all of that, and leave the ends dangling.
Yep.
And wait for the electrician to come in. I don't even dangle the ends. I terminate it, and then I just have him walk through it. The shit that goes onto the grid, I have him terminate it. So I'll go out and buy $750 worth of 6.3 Romex. That's 3 50-foot sections. And what that does is that takes me from the grid to my generator shed, and then back from the shed back to the grid, because they're 45 feet difference between the shed and the grid, the meter. So I gotta make a round trip with 6, which that 6 is $288. That 6.3 Romex is $288 for a 50-foot section.
Yeah, it ain't cheap.
So I'll put it in. I'll buy the Romex. I'll put it in the PVC. I'll put the PVC in the dirt and make sure everything is tube code, and then have the electrician come in and do the termination.
Right.
That's it.
Wow.
And with everything else electrical around here, I can do the work. I just have to have it inspected. But that I've got to, since it goes into a city system, I have to have it done by a professional licensed
That's fine.
person.
There's no problem with that. I mean, but
Yep.
you don't need him for more than a couple of hours
Right.
because he's going to charge you for that. You know, he should charge you. It's code. Should be somewhere around $1.25, $1.50 an hour. He's going to hit you for that.
Oh yeah.
I saw the thing. If you're naked, don't do that. They
Hey, you. Yeah, Hugh, it's Kimmy is around here. She's usually in chat. She comes up sometimes too, but it's still it's a descendant channel of Pat.
We still use it because a lot of people who subscribed and watched the Sick Pat never made the transition to the other channels. So this way we can still give those people access when we stream. So
exactly.
And to be honest, I think it's something kind of, tribute type of thing.
Yep.
Keep it going for them.
Yep, keeping the memory alive. So the mission is still on. So
we just don't sing as well.
Yeah, not much. We don't sing much either.
No movie nights or anything like that, but
so to be clear, this is this is what works for me. This is how I've gotten it done so far.
Right.
And I'm happy to help anybody that is interested in doing anything like this. I'm no expert at it. I'm sure of that.
I appreciate just the word on the Santan. That's gonna save me so much money. And if any of you haven't looked at that site yet, holy crap! That's all you could say when you see their prices. How much cheaper it is than anything else. It is insane. They've got phenomenal prices. I mean, a lot of those you're paying 25, 28 cents a watt is all.
Right.
Well, like I said, I ordered 7,000 watts yesterday for 2,100 and some change delivered.
Wow.
Which was 30 on a pallet.
And that's less. They did tell me they give a bulk rate. So, God, you only paid about 20 cents a watt then.
Well, that's what I tried. Every time I call them, I say max out a pallet for me.
Nice.
The first time I did it, they could only put 22 on a pallet. Now they're putting 30 on a pallet. They say normal is 25.
Was that
if you want to max it out, they'll put 30 on there for you.
Did that include shipping?
The $21.95 included shipping. Yeah, it was $480 freight from some off-brand freight joint. Estes was $690. A name brand freight joint.
Yeah,
$690. I took the cut rate freight at $480, and yeah, the $480 was included in the $2,100.
Nice.
Damn.
They're out of Georgia, I believe, right?
No, they're out of Arizona, and they have a brand new shop in Savannah, Georgia.
Okay. So, well, Arizona would be closer to me. So, yeah, I'd just order from Arizona.
if you're going to order a pallet, that's probably where it's going to come out of, is Arizona.
Right.
I'm pleased as I can be with them. I mean, they've just been nice as they can be to me.
Right.
Well,
Right.
I went through and it's just me. I look at all the reviews and stuff like that. You know, you pick out the ones that are you're pretty sure are legit, and the ones that are kind of BS.
You
And
should do
they
your
have,
due diligence. Yes.
yeah, and they have an eBay store, and they have a really good reputation.
They do what they say.
Yep.
Just that simple.
A lot of very satisfied people.
I think they were the first or one of the first to bring used panels to the market.
Catching
But
of the time, folks.
But since then, they've built their whole business around not just the used panels, but all manner of other solar inverters. You know, the Solarcs, the Grow Watts,
Batteries.
batteries. And again, you know, we had this conversation the other night, but these things have finally gotten to the point where they're reasonably priced. They're easy to integrate. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do this shit anymore. You know, a relatively smart, driven person with a couple of grand in his pocket can put one of these together.
And they've even got like a 28K inverter. I mean, they've got some big guys if you want them.
Oh yeah, they got huge ones there. Huge ones. They got mega joule fucking storage. They're not batteries anymore. They're fucking energy storage cells.
That big cabinet thing that, yeah.
Massive.
So,
yeah. You know, that fucking Schneider. I didn't know Schneider Electric was so deep into the solar game. Schneider has one of the best inverters on the market today. They're expensive as fuck. They have one of the best batteries on the market today. They're expensive as fuck.
Oh,
Schneider
wow.
Electric. I didn't know that.
Nice.
Anyway, Schneider's been an electric game for a long time.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna try and restart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've got a clear line of sight to the south on my north lot here, so I could put them in on the north lot and then just tie them into my south lot.
So, FYI, and I didn't know this, if it's not Santen, then it's Signature Solar. It might be Signature Solar, but they have a racking system, a ground mount racking system, aluminum, high strength, $1,200, I think it is, for 24 panels,
Oh, nice.
which is totally reasonable.
Do they by chance have the sun tracker types?
They do, but they're going to be expensive.
Yeah.
I'm building one of those.
Nice. You doing the tube with this? Are you building your own, like with a tube and a sensor, or are you?
I'm building my own with a set of hinges and a Raspberry Pi with a 12-volt actuator.
Nice. So it'll do it actually digitally instead of actually tracking, going for like a sensor with the direct contact.
I want it to, because I know what my optimum angles are for seasonals. So all I'm trying to do is get this thing to change on a seasonal or on a weekly or monthly basis.
Oh, I
So
gotcha.
when when it's winter, then I have to go low to the horizon. So I have a very high tracking angle. When it's summer, the sun is almost straight up, so I have very low tracking angle. And so everything in between is already known to me, so you can make those adjustments um, with an actuator and a Raspberry Pi really easy. Um, anyway, that's my plan, but that's future.
Those Raspberry Pis are some. Oh, take care of you. Those Raspberry Pis are some interesting things. So I've got friends really into stuff like that, and the ability to stack those things and what they can do.
Yep. And they already got software for it. So
Yeah,
software you can put on your network, monitor where the angle is, the whole thing.
nice.
So very cool.
I know. I'm still. Hey, maybe you guys would know this. I'm still looking. I'm trying to convert all of my music, all of my movies, everything. I'm trying to convert it digital. Do you guys know the best storage units for that type of stuff?
You're looking for protocols. What you want is, for instance, MP3s and MP4s is for your audio and your video.
Yep. Well, I'd like to have one base library for it, and
MP4s,
then
MP4s, everything is MP4s.
yep.
That's what I do. So I use Plex. I transcode everything to MP4s. If I get it
Plex.
in MKVs, I still transcode it to MP4s.
Okay. Now, what hard drive system do you use? Like the Seagate or?
I don't use a hard drive system. I just put some generic drives together and put a RAID 5 on it, stripe them.
Oh,
So that makes them fast and makes them redundant.
okay.
So what I do is I go out and buy these Dell uh, Enterprise 1RU or 2RU servers on eBay. I think I picked up a Dell R620, which is a dual Xeon. I think it's got 64 gigs of memory in it. I can put 8 drives in it. So the 1 terabit set of drives are cheap for like $30 each. So I grabbed 8 of those across a couple of different places, stuffed them into the machine, got them all rated up to where I've got 8 terabits of RAID 5 drive space that I put my library on.
Nice. The thing I like about that is, as long as you guys are basically setting up your own virtual cloud, and
Yes.
you can access it from anywhere as long as it has access wherever it's at. That's the part I like about it.
Yep. Also, I can share. I can share with family. I can share my
Mm-hmm.
library across physical or virtual, like with my nieces in Denver or Pocatello.
Yep.
As long as they have an internet connection and an account on Plex, then Plex will give them access to my libraries.
Yep. And then that's
Totally
one of the
cool.
key parts I like too. And it allows me to not have shelves of DVDs, Blu-rays, or whatever. So,
Right. I actually thought about storing all this. I tried to store all this up in Amazon when they first came out with unlimited storage, and then they choked
oh
on
yeah,
it and they said, "No, that's not. We didn't mean unlimited, unlimited. We just meant, marketing unlimited, which means you get a terabyte for $99 a year." I'm like, nah, I don't think so. So fuck it.
and I can't remember the brand name, but on Tiger Direct they sell a thing. It's a 1 terabyte storage system. Well, you can get like up to like I think 5 terabyte, but then you're talking outrageous prices,
Yeah.
like $2-3 grand. But the 1 terabyte is an affordable. I think it's like $3.99 or something like that, which it is for what it is actually pretty affordable, and it's got to where it will compartmentalize, I guess. Like you could do a book section, a music section, and a movie section with just it. You don't, apparently it just ties into your TV supposedly, and it's kind of does its own thing where you don't have to have a computer run, supposedly.
Okay. I like Plex.
Yeah.
Plex is pretty badass.
It.
Hold on. Wifey's on the other line. Yes, ma'am. What?
I'm not getting Ethernet connection here. Is there an issue with Ethernet?
There should not be a connection problem. Let me investigate and I'll get back to you. Why? Okay. So, wifey has just opened up a tech support ticket.
Next. So I checked into that Sky or what is it? It's SpaceX thing, that internet.
Starlink.
Starlink, thank you. Guaranteed 320 or 326 megabytes were on that. Guaranteed. I mean, it can go a lot faster, but they'll guarantee a certain amount that it's at least 326 up and down. And it's $110 a month here, which actually sounds pricey, but for DSL, I'm paying $95. So 15 more for that wouldn't be bad, because that's competitive with fiber optic.
So you're out on the plains, and I know how bad your DSL sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like crackly. It's been there for 100 years. Every time it rains, it's non-existent. Yeah, I get that. Starlink is going to just completely change your world. I use it right now. I'm on Starlink. Just conversations on Starlink.
Nice.
It's only. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. It's only $4.99 for the equipment. I pay more than that for my DSL equipment.
That's correct. The whole thing is like $4.99. They may have bumped it $50 to where it's $5.49 or something like that. They did just raise the prices from $99 a month to $104 a month.
Yeah. I know my price was $110 a month is what it said, but they still had the $4.99 is what the quote I got was $4.99. And then it was like $50 for shipping and then $32.67 for taxes.
Dude,
so
it's a bargain at that price. I swear it is.
Yeah. I like the idea of it, because no matter where I move, I don't have to change anything. I just have to point it in the right direction and mount it again.
You don't even have to point it in the right direction.
Oh, nice.
They recommend that you point the antenna when you set it in the dirt. You point one of the legs north.
Yeah,
that's it. It finds and sets and moves automatically. Does its own thing.
Yep.
And they just brought the portability online.
Yep.
So now you can put it on the RV and rock and roll.
Yep. And I'm not sure if I misunderstood this, but if you've got an account, you can buy another system mounted at a different location and use that off the same account.
I think you're right. But even if I have to open up a separate account, I'm okay with that. Because I've actually thought about doing that very thing. To get twice the speed out here in the middle of the desert.
Well, and I like that because, my family, it's when they sold the family farm, my grandparents' farm, they bought some land in the mountains. So I can go up there and anytime, and the main cabin, I thought it'd be cool to have, God, be up in the mountains and have internet. That's pretty good.
Dude, be anywhere and have
Yep.
internet. It's
And
it's a game changer. It really is.
oh yeah.
It changes the way you think. It does.
And in the Rockies, you don't even have cell. Well, you know how it is. You can on rock
I do.
crawling.
Yes, sir.
You don't even get cell service in a lot of places. And to be able to get internet, that's insane. Hey, battery. And I'll pay that $110 a month because it's only $15 more than what I pay now. Plus, and they stayed on their mission to get the price down once more people get on it. A lot of the initial people are paying a higher price, but that's helping them establish more to, in the long run, get that price way down.
Hold on now. I was a beta. I've had it since jump.
Oh, wow.
I've been paying for it for 18 months now.
Nice.
So, and it's been $99.95 a month. And
Nice.
the gear was $4.99. I think that included shipping too. It came in a really cool box. Very well packaged.
I think that's one of Elon Musk's things. He likes the fancy packaging because even if you get like his solar cells and the solar batteries, I guess those come in some really fancy packages.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It was fancy, but it was functional. It was some pretty good packaging. It really was.
Right.
I mean, you're shipping $500 with a fucking satellite antenna, not just receiver, but transmitter. I mean, this is it's a two-way street now. It's substantially more complicated than it was, and it works at 33 gigahertz.
Mm.
So it's way higher than anything else on the market today.
Yeah. I know tomorrow I'm calling up my local provider and asking them how long I've got left on my contract. And once that contract's up, I think I'm gonna switch.
I wouldn't even wait. I'd place the order for the fucking internet right now.
Does it take a while to get it?
It could take anywhere from. It took me 3 months.
Oh wow. Okay.
Again, worth it.
Yep.
I was. It just surprised me one day when it showed up. I was like, "Fuck." Okay.
Well, and that type of thing is perfect for somebody that moves out in the middle of nowhere, wants to be completely off grid, but still wants the internet. You got internet everywhere. You don't have to worry about anything else. You don't even have to worry about being close to a cell tower. And I've had this. I've been so far out in the country. I've had just my only internet I could get was either HughesNet, the satellite, which sucked for gaming, or cell phone, where you get the little box and it's off the cell service, but it's a little box instead of a phone, and you put it in your house, and it's just basically just for internet. And I got that, and that was okay. But if I was playing a game, that's all I could do. I had to turn everything else off to make sure it wasn't pulling any internet speed.
That's right. And I did that. But I could get 25 megs down, 30, 35 megs sometimes on T-Mobile in the RV. And I worked like that for 2 years.
Nice.
Worth it. Oh, worth Jesus H. Christ, worth it. The fact that I could leave the house, the fact that I didn't have to shuttle into the office, it was just a life-changing shit for me. It really was.
I know, and don't get me wrong, I like the cell phones because, like, if we're traveling, I'll set my cell phone down and let all my nieces and nephews hotspot off of it, and they can all watch movies and stuff as we drive, and it doesn't glitch that much. I don't know what it is with gaming, though. Gaming, it just took a lot of.
You need a lot of data at low latencies.
Yep.
So you need like fiber latencies, 4 microseconds.
Oh, and that's actually on the Starlink site, they're talking about their latency. It's right there with fiber.
22 milliseconds. Sometimes
Oh.
18 milliseconds.
Okay.
It's better than cable.
Yeah. And that
I had terabit. I had Fios fiber. I had Verizon's fiber. And it was 4 milliseconds. And that was the greatest thing. I weep when I sat down on that thing. It was fucking amazing.
Yep. Now, see, I'm not line of sight fiber, and I'm in too small of a town to have any direct fiber hookups. Like I've got 2 sisters. They live in a place where they're right off the highway. They're direct link to fiber, and it is insanely fast. But I don't have that option because I'm not even in direct sight for the remote fiber.
So here's what I'm doing. I run something called PF Sense. It's an open source firewall and router aggregator. Okay. It's highly secure, very good. What it does is it allows me to draw in multiple sources for internet. So for instance, I have a T-Mobile modem, I have a Visible or a Verizon modem, and I have the Starlink. And they're all 3 connected to the same router.
Holy crap.
And I use all 3 of them for bandwidth aggregation.
You do the mining though too, though, so you're pulling a lot of.
Mining does not use a lot of bandwidth. Mining uses power, but it doesn't use a lot of bandwidth. I'm like you. I have 1 or 2 games that I like to play that are high speed, high graphic. You know, like for instance, World of Warships is my favorite.
Oh, I like that. World of Tanks, World of Warships.
I'm addicted to it, right? So
I
spent a lot of time on it. And yeah, it's a bandwidth pig. I got big monitors and fast PCs and yeah, the 22 millisecond ping time on fucking on Starlink is wonderful for that. Absolutely wonderful. But I work from home. So I need more than just one source. So if say Starlink goes TU, tits up, then I still have Verizon or I still have T-Mobile at reasonable speeds, backup speeds, if you know what I mean.
Right.
To get me to haul me to work, to get me the work that I need while I get my Starlink back up. Does that make sense?
It does. Yep. Just the backup to the backup, basically.
I got to have what we call in networking, we call that route diversity.
Nice.
So you do route diversity to keep away from what we call the backhoe fade. And you know what a backhoe fade is?
No.
Backhoe fade is when the utility is working just outside of the door of your data center, and they hit your fiber, and all of a sudden your shit fades to black. Your whole data center fades to black. That's called the backhoe fade.
I got this.
It's funny. It's sarcastic, but it's an actual thing.
Yeah.
And to beat that, we have what's called route diversity. So I actually designed a data center one time that had the telco demarc switches on each end of the building, opposite ends of the building. Why? Because I wanted as much physical separation between them as I could get. Why? Because I needed to attach them to 2 different circuits. Why? Because I didn't want one circuit failing and taking the whole data center down. So anyway, I'll shut up.
No, I completely get diversity. That's how I look at my multiple jobs. I look at that as an income diversity. Just
exactly.
In case. You never know what's gonna happen.
Absolutely. Income diversity. Exactly. Multiple revenue streams, baby.
Yep. Because I've got caught before. I was on the rigs and I was and I had my own construction business. And in 2009, the housing bubble burst and the rig shut down. And now I'm making sure it's even beyond 2 of them that are, to where I got a guaranteed source of income which now it's not as big of a deal because I've got everything paid off. So
Saving.
if something did happen, I'd be okay. But
Yep. I just paid off all my credit card debt. When I sold that house, I zeroed out all the credit cards.
Yep.
Which was about $40,000 worth of credit card debt.
Yep.
Fuck. I hate, God, that tightens my ass just saying that. Sorry.
No, I know.
Oh, my bad.
Now, after we sold my house, last house, I paid off all the credit card debt and zeroed them out. You know what I'm saying? And they canceled 2 of my credit cards. I was like, what the hell? They're paid up. They've been used for 10 years and paid off now. And I, and then they canceled.
I did the same thing, dude. I paid 4 of them off and canceled 2 of them in the same stroke.
They shut them down.
I don't.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? If you're
called
paying
them up.
them off
I'm like,
and
what?
making them zero.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell do you guys do?
I don't know. That makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
I've got 2 right now. One that I use to put fuel on, and then I pay it at the end of every month. And then one that I use I don't need to, but I pay my utilities with it, and then I pay it off at the end of the month because I went.
Points.
Yep, I went almost 5 years. Were 5 years that I didn't finance anything, and I thought it was great. And holy crap, did that hurt my credit?
No, you got to have a little bit of something every. You got to have a little bit of something going on. Hold on for a second, wifey's again.
Cool.
But yeah, that's a true story, man. I zeroed off all 5 of my credit cards and turned around and just started using one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just for convenience purposes. And there was 2 of them that shut the damn cards down. I'm like, what the hell did you do that for? I call them up. I'm like, hell, they're in good standing. They're paid off now. They've been used and max balanced a few times and paid off. And why did you guys cancel it? We're just, this was all just part of procedure or something. I'm like, what do you mean procedure? What the hell?
The pandemic did a lot of that. They actually, a couple of banks a couple of financial institutions that I am affiliated with went through and started cleansing rolls. And one of them actually bumped me off of a couple of accounts that I was on. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh, we're just cleaning the rolls and we see that you don't do this and you don't do that. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go up your ass. So it turns out some junior G man was making a fucking decision on my account that was the wrong decision, and so I had to ask for his boss's name, and we discussed it. And junior G man won't be touching any of my accounts anymore anytime soon. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's just. Well, I was pissed off though. I was like,
would be too. Yeah.
And
start mining Duino coin. What is Duino coin? Duino coin is.
Hey,
can you guys? Oh, my bad. Can you guys give me a quick lesson on the Bitcoin mining? I've never really gotten into it or looked into it, but it's a little confusing. I know it takes a lot of power consumption and it's online, but if you guys could explain that to me, how it's done.
Bitcoin mining. What you're doing is by doing Bitcoin mining, you're using one of 3 normal protocols: GPUs, ASICs, or FFUs. Methods, call them, to mine Bitcoin. And by mining Bitcoin, what you're doing is you're going out to Bitcoin and a server at Bitcoin, you're taking a payload of calculations that need to be done, pulling them into your highly specialized piece of computing equipment, making the calculations, forwarding your information, all of your results back up to the server, and the server then says you've just mined 22 cents worth of Bitcoin. Here, put it in your account. That's it.
Okay, so basically you're helping support that server, basically.
You're
And
helping
earning money.
millions of servers. Yes. Millions of people are doing these calculations.
Now,
And depending on how many people are doing the calculations is what the calculation is worth.
I got it.
Anyway, go ahead.
Now, you would about have to do it like you are with the solar to be able to make profit, right? Because it consumes so much energy.
There was a debt. So as as mining has progressed, so too has the efficiency of mining across the multiple different methods. Some mining is efficient at normal rates coming off of the wire. So in other words, there's some miners that I can plug into the wall and take power at 12 cents a kilowatt hour, which is the norm across the United States, and mine and make money. Those miners are generally the brand new ones, the highly efficient ones, and the very expensive ones. Some of the medium technologies, I bought one of the medium technologies high-speed miners for about $5,000 a couple months back. When I bought it, let me pull my spreadsheet up here and I'll show you. I'll talk it through. Solar costs. Let me see if I can share something here.
On that $5,000, what was your figure on regaining the investment timeline?
Recouping my investments were about a year. Here.
Okay. And how long will one of those machines last successfully?
Years.
Okay.
Years. So, do you see my spreadsheet? Can you read it?
No, I can't. I'm unfortunately on my phone and it's very small.
Okay, let me see if I can make it a little larger. How about that?
Yeah, I can read that a little bit.
Okay. So let me give you a little education here. On 10/20 of last year, I priced an Antminer, or what an Antminer L3, which is a medium grade mining ASIC miner that'll do 580 mega hashes. And that would do that miner would make you $8.76 a day, or $262 a month, or $3,100 a year. The S9 miner under it, which was slightly smaller miner, would make you $6.97 a day. These were at 12 cent per kilowatt hour rates for power. Then on 4/8 of this year, I priced the same ones, and the rate was less than half. And then, so do you see where the rates went for your mine making?
Yeah.
So when I first bought this, I could have recouped. I bought an Antminer S17 Plus. I paid about $5,000 for it. I expected to recoup that in a year. And then after that, I'd be making money. Now I'll recoup that in a little less than 2 years, and I'll be making money. But
still,
I have a
yeah,
secret. I have a secret. I have a secret weapon, in so much as I'm not going to pay the standard 12 cents a kilowatt hour rate. I'm going to make my own with solar. And I expect that rate to be somewhere down around the 1 cent or 2 cent a kilowatt hour when it's all said and done. And that means that I should be able to make more money using my ant miners and using my own homegrown power. Does that make sense?
it
Yeah.
does. What's the consumption on one of those machines?
The consumption of power is generally a mid-grade machine or small machines, 3,600 watts per hour.
Okay.
So they eat a lot of power.
Yeah.
The higher ones, 6,000 watts per hour, 24/7, 365.
So per 10 larger, I'm 380. So per 10 panels, you could operate one machine. That's not too bad with the price of the panels.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah. I didn't do that calculation, but that sounds about right. Yes. So anyway, that's my story. That's my planning anyway. It will change, I'm sure, before I reach the end or reach my goal, but shit changes.
Having it explained what it does and what you're doing makes more sense now, why they say it's kind of the way of the future and it's going to do nothing but expand.
Well, my idea on this is, listen, I'm not investing in Bitcoin. That's not, because that's personally, I think that's a fool's investment.
Same here.
I wouldn't, because there's nothing there. Same thing with NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Fuck that. I would never put my money in that. But
Same here.
If I can make Bitcoin out of thin air from solar power,
right,
and some CPU hardware, then I will do that. Because I can change that fucking Bitcoin into any currency of anything that I want to change it into.
Right.
See, my fear with Bitcoin is I think the people at the bottom that are buying in, if something happens or whenever it drops, they're the ones that get nailed. People at the top that own a lot
get screwed. In speculation like that, people get screwed. Okay? And all the time. And that's why I'm not speculating. Nothing here is speculatory.
Right.
I'm mining, making Bitcoin. I'm not buying it low and selling it high. I'm making it for nothing.
Yep.
Well, not necessarily nothing, but close to nothing. As close to nothing as I can get.
Yeah. You've got an investment that'll take a couple of years to get there, but after that couple of years, then it literally is for nothing.
Then it's printing money. Exactly.
Yeah. Nice. I like your plan.
And I could set that off in the building and let it run, turn it on automation and turn it on automatic and watch it from a camera, or I can watch it from an RV. I can let it run for fucking ever and just go to the bank.
Yep.
I can monitor it from my RV from, say, the Rocky Mountains, or my new 10-acre plot in Oregon, or my new 20-acre plot in Idaho, or my new pair of fucking Polaris Razors quad 4x4s. I'm just from anywhere.
You did get the Razor?
Not yet. The market has kept me from that, but that's in the plan. The point is, the technology allows me to make the money. And that's it. Basically, the technology is making the money for me. All I have to do is harness it.
Right.
Point it in the right direction.
It's something you might want to look into right now. Polaris with the razors is embroiled in a massive lawsuit. Something about their systems going up in flames, literally.
Oh, wow.
So you might check into it. It might not be on the specific one you're looking at, but
Crypto,
they're
don't throw all
embroiled
your
in a
eggs in
pretty
one basket,
system.
basically. No, you're right, Diesel. Absolutely right. I will, sir. Thank you very much for the heads up. Some crap that is mined on Arduinos. Well, yeah, okay.
I agree. The
Arduinos,
dollar is a scary thing. I've got a backup. You know, to where some stuff that won't lose value like it does. Some of it's kind of up and down itself, but since they're closing down mines with those gemstones, my gemstones are skyrocketing. And then, you know, I've got some silver. I don't have gold. I mean, I've got some, but nothing significant.
Right.
I would buy
I've
a
got,
Max V3 over a Polaris Razor. Dude, okay, I'm listening. Fuck yeah. I'm just learning.
you know,
Wifey
and
wants them, so I'm just kind of trying to figure out, you know, how much
and
and what kind and
right. And I love
that kind of
Polaris, so
thing.
I don't mean to be ragging on Polaris. I've had good luck with, like, you know, Polaris 4-wheelers and everything, and I love them. I'll stick with them. I just thought I'd give you a heads up on that. It came up on a pop up
Oh,
for
hell yeah.
me
Yeah.
on an email alert. So, but I don't own
But
a Razor,
I
so
mean,
I didn't have to worry about the recalls. I just have a 4-wheeler.
my crypto mining thing is it, you know what, between the crypto mining and the weed farming, I figure I should be able to make ends meet in retirement.
That's nice, being able to make money while you're retired and getting a retirement check.
That's the beauty of it. Now, I have actually given consideration to taking all this crypto money. If I take all this crypto money and offshore it, I won't have to pay any taxes on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can manufacture, literally produce the crypto, produce a Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever coin in the US and store it in a server in Singapore where there is no crypto tax yet. And take it out of the server, say in Canada or in Hong Kong or Tokyo, using whatever mechanism, a card, a wallet, a coin, whatever. And literally, I could do the whole make it, store it, spend it without getting taxed the whole way. I'm not saying it's perfectly legal. I'm not saying it's perfectly moral, but I'm just saying it could probably be done.
You know what?
Till
They
close the loophole.
and Emerald Dawn, I know you guys have done self-employment, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. They tax you on so many ends when you're paying it out, when you're bringing it in, when you're saving it up, and then when you spend that savings, they're taxing you on so many ends. I don't blame anybody for trying to hide some of it.
Yeah. Well, your customer direct, baby. That's the ticket. Control the resource, manage the resource, create your product, and direct customer.
Damn monkey fuckers.
I'm telling you, these monkey fuckers. I was about to say the same
Stop
thing.
fucking the monkeys.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus, who's fucking what Democrat, what blue-haired, excuse me, green-haired fucking trans freak has fucked a monkey now? I just
Damn it, Skull.
I
No.
I get upset. There's just It's like there's a never-ending stream of
Stupid.
filth.
No.
And
yeah.
stupid, but filth. Just a never-ending stream of perverted, twisted, fucktard liberal filth. I'm sorry. I just feel dirty listening to some of that shit sometimes.
I know, right?
I understand. Yep. I just got to turn it off a lot of times.
And I'm
Certain
not
subjects will
Mr.
come up. I'm like,
Conservative.
yeah.
Listen, I'm as big a freak as the next guy, but some of this shit is just disgusting.
Yeah, it's just bizarre.
Yeah, but being a freak is one thing. Being just sick is another. You know.
Yeah, but what happened to just being a freak? Why can't you just be a freak anymore?
I'm a freak. I'm
sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, this.
I know
this
a lot of
conversation
women
went
that
off
are freaks.
You know, just, everybody's got to be worse than somebody else.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess whatever. There's nothing I can do about it, so I should just shut the fuck up, right?
No. That's not what this is all about, man. It's about just realizing you're not alone in your disgust, your fucking visualization of sickness out there. You're not going crazy. It's not bizarre world. Well, it is, but it's not our world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a level of sickness in society today with this kowtowing to everything is, oh, poor them because they're sick, and it's like, no, they belong in, certain people belong in jail. It's not a sickness. It's or even if it is, they don't belong with the general public.
They should be institutionalized.
It's called criminally insane.
Right.
These people should not be out
They
walking
need to bring
among
back
the
the
rest
state
of
mental
us.
hospitals that they all closed up.
True.
Yeah, they shouldn't
You're
be
absolutely right.
Should not be walking free.
But I mean,
That's how the
anybody that
Democrats
would
get the votes.
you're right. Those are the premium voter roll kind of, those are the what do they call those? Those are the aldermen in Chicago. Those are the high-powered party politics for the Democrats.
Well, and it's funny because you look at Nazi Germany, you look at the USSR, you look at China, and they all use some of these outrageous and crazy people to intimidate people to instill communism. And then what happens as soon as they became powerful in communism? These people need to think, because every one of those groups got taken out because they were not normal in their, to them. They just use them and then they got rid of them.
Absolutely
And
right.
it happens every time.
Brown shirts, for example.
Yeah.
Brown shirts,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
The communist brown shirts, the Nazis used them and then obliterated them after they got into power. Russia did similar things when they got a lot of like the Poles and a lot of the Georgians and stuff like that to really, push for communism and stuff.
Yeah, they let the Chechens fucking do their brutality across fucking Azerbaijan and shit like that.
Yep.
The Russians are particularly savage about that.
Yep. And then what did they do? They went in and annihilated most of the Chechens. So after they were done with them.
Now the Chechens are fighting the Russians in Ukraine for the Ukrainians.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah, they learned their lesson.
They did. You're right.
And the Chinese, a lot of the northern provinces, they used a lot of smaller villages of people to go into the cities to intimidate people back in the 40s. And they would go in and literally burn down pro-democratic, people's houses and stuff like that. They'd use a lot of these crazy people to do that. None of them were ever accepted into the Communist Party. They were killed. And I mean, there's still speculation of mass graves that a lot of these people they used to fight that revolution or whatever, the people's revolution, however they put it. Oh God, that's sick, Diesel. I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm seeing this more and more, not just in Colorado. It's the same. The schools believe that they have ultimate power over the children now. That they can tell the children things without the parents' permission
Yep.
or ascension. They believe that they are the ultimate arbiters for what is proper for the child.
Right.
And some of them are getting rude awakenings. Some of the school
Yep.
systems are fucking. Some of these parents are having literally having their asses whipped. You're not going to do that to my child.
Yep.
So yeah, I've 100%, 100%. I am behind that. If 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 a school system was, for lack of a better term, fucking with the child and not telling the parents about it, then it's well within the parents' rights, if they were to find out that this was being done behind their backs, to both confront and, in my humble opinion, beat the dog shit out of those that are responsible for it.
Right.
Now, the beat the dog shit out of, I have to go on record as that's just my own humble opinion, and it's not sanctioned by this channel or any other entity in the world. It's just it should happen.
Well, and I'm probably going to catch hell for this, but my opinion on birth control, I think okay, with a minor, yeah, shouldn't have the school pushing it or whatever. That needs to be the parents and the child going to the doctor getting birth control. But adults, I think they need to hand out free birth control for all I care. I would rather pay for free birth control than breeding more generations of people that think like different welfare programs earn income. And I am sorry to say, but there's a lot of groups that becomes transcendent from generation to generation. They grow up in it and they do it themselves. So I don't mind birth control.
I also think personally, any person that's on those psychotropic drugs, stuff like that, should, I don't know. Yeah, it's just a thought. You know what I'm saying? Most of these, see, the problem is most of these people that are into this transgender bullshit will never have children.
Gotta hope
Yeah, and we're lucky because of that.
Right.
Honestly, I'm good with that. The fact is, most of these transgender types, the people that are what does Ben call them, gender dysphoria. Most of those people, literally 85% of them will eat a bullet before the age of 30. They'll take their own lives. So I
Yep.
got no problem with that.
You know what the unfortunate thing about it is, going back to the schools, it's a lot of professors and those teachers that are so far left that get these kids so mixed up that cause that if that kid was brought up in a normal way, it would have never happened.
Yes, it is. And those teachers should be drug out back and shot.
They should be held accountable, definitely.
Yeah, accountable. That's what I said.
Because that's abuse. I mean, they're messing these kids' heads up, and they just don't know what's what anymore. I mean, for God's sake, they can't even define a man or a woman, and that's basic biology. Pretty sure that was 7th grade that we learned that, or 5th grade, whatever that was.
Right.
Okay, I'm getting a fresh coffee. I'll be right back.
Hey, Michael. I got to ranting and we got a new guy coming in, so I wonder if I offended.
You got what?
Some new guy came in, Michael, when I was ranting.
Hey, Michael. What's up? I'm Michael who? Good. What's up, man?
The chemicals don't help. There's so many chemicals that our bodies are not, well, even just preservatives, our bodies aren't meant to process that type of stuff.
Right, Skull. I don't drink their water. I don't eat their food as much as possible. Yep. I don't eat all their processed bullshit.
I try to avoid it as much as possible. Certain things like, like chili beans and stuff like that have some of it in to make chili. I end up with those. But as for like vegetables, meat, I try to buy most of meat local. Vegetables, if I don't grow it, I get it fresh. And yeah, the girls usually can enough to keep us all going.
Hey, Wiz and Sing, take a look at the private chat real quick.
Roger that.
Okay. Got 'em.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I don't think so, Michael. But no, it's been a really nasty day. I wasn't able to get outside for anything much, nothing. In fact, turkeys are still in their transport cages, so we have to set up an area for them tomorrow.
Nice.
Looks like it just stopped raining. The clouds finally passed, and looks like we're going to be clear for a day or so. Give things a chance to drain off, and I can get out there tomorrow and get a nice secure temporary area for it, all that stuff. And for the turkeys. But yeah, my brother came home with 3 hens and a baton for $140. Wow, Steve.
Maybe some
Yeah.
other time, Michael. I think 4 is a good number. Yeah, that way nobody's all talking over themselves.
Right.
Yeah, those turkeys, man, that's a lot of meat. You bought them local or?
Yep. My brother bought them at a farm swap. They were planning on going up there today and all that stuff, so they went. And with the rain and everything, it was nobody was showing up. So it was just the vendors trading with each other. Yeah, the ones that did show up. And he ended up, he said, and I had a guy come buy a couple rabbits today.
Nice.
So sold a couple rabbits today, which is good. And turned around and he's looking at those turkeys. He's like, "Oh wow!" I told him what we paid for them, and he's like, "Damn, I seen turkeys like that going for $150 a piece at the last farm swap."
Nice.
I was like, "Yeah,
Oh, Michael, we don't. Oh, sorry. I was just going to tell Michael that, yeah, we don't deny that. It's just that 4 people works really good without people talking over. Even it's too many. I just talked over Emerald.
it's all good." But yeah, it's just it gets too much up here like that.
Yeah. Oh, diesel.
yeah.
Yeah, I covered everything yesterday as much as I could. These freezes this late sucks. Two rabbits. What are you selling your rabbits for? Or were they full grown or
No, 8 weeks.
8 weeks? Okay.
I'm selling for $20 a piece.
Dude, you ought to raise like those lop ears and stuff. Some of those hard to find ones that people want as pets.
Yeah, no, I'm just handling the Flemish Giants and New Zealand's meat rabbits. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't mess with that other shit. That's somebody else's job.
Nice. Right.
Hey,
Right now, I'm really. Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. Right now, I'm having a lot of fun doing this cloning. The roses and stuff like that. It's just for people I know and just giving them away right now. But if I get good enough at it, I wouldn't mind, selling off some of the plants.
So here's what I need for you to do. I need for you to teach cloning to Wiz. Then for Wiz, I need Wiz to clone me 5 of everything of each one of the individual plants that he has and send it to me in overnight mail.
Right.
That's all. Nothing real hard.
Especially those dogwoods. I don't know about down there in Arizona, but here in Colorado, those dogwoods are expensive.
Dude, all trees are expensive. I mean, you can't even look at anything for less than $150.
Yep.
And
Wow.
do we know Mr. Michael Hood, 745?
Refer to the private chat.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, that Emerald, I'm telling you, if you cloned some of those dogwoods, they're even for a sprout, you're paying $40. Like Don said, if it's a tree, if it's something like 5-6 foot tall, it's $129. If it's 8-10 foot tall, you're looking at $250.
Yep.
Oh wow.
I mean, if you wanted to literally go out into the woods, knew what these things were, like if you had little little oak, I don't know, something that's not 12 to 18 to 24 inches tall, you could probably sell that for fucking $50 to $100.
Yep. Dig it up,
Just
put
dig
it in a pot.
Put it in a pot, put a label on it, and with a price tag.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I just gotta go through the woods and just start.
And if you put like naturally grown and stuff like that on it, people go nuts over that.
Oh yeah. What's the word? Organic. Yes,
Yeah.
organic. Fuck yeah. Tack another 50% onto it.
Wow.
It's organic, bitches.
You
Those fucking suburban Nancy's, they eat that shit up.
I know there's people that, well, like where I got these willow trim or cuttings from. It's called CZ Farms. They advertise on Amazon. They've got an Amazon store. They've got like 10 acres and it's wooded acres, and they make a living off of doing stuff like that. They put in roses. They sell cuttings, just the cuttings off of roses and stuff like that.
I need that stuff up.
What's that?
Skull. Okay, good, because I made that shit up.
Call it the Oz plants or something like that. Go on Amazon, pot those little guys up and sell them.
Wizard of Oz Farms.
Yeah,
I'm
Emerald
telling
City
you.
Farms, actually.
Emerald City Farms. I'm telling you, it's got it. And if you put a website up, you could charge another 25%.
Oh, right.
Something.com on the label.
And if you started cloning just in between all the trees, dude, on that 40 acres, you can make a crap load of money.
Well, we got 80 plus.
80. Crap. Yeah, you can make a lot of money. A bur oak at the store here. I was looking at it the other day. $225, and it's maybe 7 foot tall with the pot. So it itself is about 5 foot tall.
See,
How big a pie?
chicks
It's a
downtown paying
3-gallon
top
pot.
dollar for that shit.
Just a 3-gallon pie.
Yep.
Dude, go out and even get a little fancy pot. A little something with some ribs on it, rib for her protection or her pleasure.
Well, and if you wanted to save money, places like Fast Growing Trees, they send it in burlap or a plastic bag and wrap it up to where they can keep it moist, the roots ball moist.
3-gallon. I'm buying 3-gallon felt pots with handles for $10 for a half dozen.
Mikey B
There you
is
go.
in the house. What's up, Mikey?
Hey, Mikey.
I saw the video he posted, I think this morning or yesterday, one of the two. The cops were at his door again looking for his daughter, I think.
Oh, no shit.
And he told him, yeah, the usual, fuck off, have a nice day.
Oh, God.
How many small seedlings of pretty much any tree you got there? How many small seedlings you think you could find in an hour and dig up?
And dig up?
Yeah.
It's the and dig up. Okay,
It's the
fine.
dig up
That's
part.
easy. And haul me a couple of young 16-year-old strapping young men with some shovels and some pots. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You
I
I'm
got
doing the digging. If I got a backhoe, another 15 minutes.
you could easily, and you would sell a crap load of them. If you put like a $30 price tag on those seedlings, $20-$30 price tag on those seedlings, and just put them in a smaller bag or whatever to keep the price down, you would make a killing on it. People would buy those up so stinking quick
Where are
at
we
that
going to
price.
sell them? Where are we going to sell them?
Yeah, where are we going to
Start an Amazon.
Are we going to sell them on Amazon?
eBay, Amazon.
Well, all the electronics and all the accounts set up. You got to, yeah. What about local?
You're definitely going to want to have like. Yeah, you can sell them local too. Just put a ad out in the paper, farmers market. On I know there's an app that you can download that'll automatically. My bad.
Craigslist.
Yep.
Throw them up on Craigslist and say you got them fucking, pots, 3-gallon pots, $25.
And UPS and the Postal Service have those apps that you can link that'll automatically give a person a quote on shipping and just charge them the shipping.
Figuring out the shipping is easy. It is. It's the physical putting a plant in a box and get it physically across the fucking United States Postal Service. That's the hard part. Okay. Just the app is the easy part. That's easy. Charging them the shipping is easy. I can automate that in PayPal. That's easy. Already have. The physical putting a fucking plant in a box and getting it across the country is a cast iron cock.
Is that because of not because of weight, it's because of live plant with the.
It's a plant. Think about it.
Yep.
Now they have some new, packaging technologies that will allow you to send clones, to send stems, to send, and you're right, that you can go up to Amazon and buy these arboreta in 50 packs for almost nothing. But that's not what he's selling here. That's not what we're selling here. That we're not selling, bulk arboreta with no dirt on the roots. What we're selling is a 3-gallon pot with a live 12-inch, 18-inch, 24-inch plant in it.
Yep.
That
and
you're going to have to ship.
Yep. And please do it that way. Please, God, don't send bare root. That thing's dying from the get-go as soon as you take all the dirt off those roots.
Yeah. Yep. I know that. It's hard to, you have like, I've gotten trees that way before, and it's just like maybe 50-50.
Yep.
It's
too much of a shock for them to go into a completely different soil, different minerals, different acidity, different everything. And I know like Gurneys and Burgess and stuff like that, you buy from them, they send them bare root. And I've had horrible luck with those.
right.
Well, you're selling a different product here is what you're doing.
Right. A better product.
And that's fine. It's a better product. It's a more personable product. So you're selling it directly to a person. You're handing it to a person. Craigslist is a good mechanism for that.
Right.
eBay local is a good mechanism for that. There are fucking Etsy's and Redfins and Facebook groups that will buy that shit all day, every day. You just got to know how to sell it.
Right.
You just got to know, somebody that is familiar with the social media shit, that can take the pictures of it, that can write the wording and make sure it gets to the right people to the right time at the right time at the right cost. Pretty simple, right? No.
And
well,
everybody with a backyard would love, because people with yards are loving the smaller shade trees like those. Like that's why I told you I'd kill for some of those red buds, because those are expensive here.
Marketing, exactly. Abso-fucking-lutely marketing, and that's what it turns out to be. But it's not rocket science. It can be done. You just need to put the time in to get it done. Figure out what to say on Craigslist. Figure out who your market is. Figure out, personally, I don't even have a Facebook fucking account. So it would be almost impossible for me to go up and figure all that shit out. But I would hire my niece because she knows all that shit.
Nice. And do all your considerations, like what you're guaranteeing, replacement, stuff like that too.
Right.
Different costs on that. That's the hiccup for me, because a lot of people don't plan them right, kill it themselves, and then expect you to replace it.
Well, listen, you delivered this in a pot, whatever the size pot, whatever the size, and make sure it's green, well watered, well manicured. Take a picture when you hand the thing across to them. Say, here, it wasn't dead when you got it. Don't expect me to fucking replace it because you killed it.
Right. Right.
And that's a good part about doing a person-to-person sale, because nobody's going to buy a person-to-person sale. Nobody's going to buy a dead tree. So right there, they bought it alive.
Correct.
Right. Now I'm looking on Craigslist here, and I got one person selling oak trees, $35. It looks like they're in 3-gallon pots. For oak trees, $35 a piece.
There you go. There you go. Look at that.
Black walnut trees, $35 a piece. And they're about 25, 30 inches tall.
That's cheap.
I bet he sells more than a dozen of those a week.
Oh God, yeah. At that price.
I got hundreds of those 3-gallon pots.
Boom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, why are you not rich already?
Right.
I just want, listen, I only want 5% for the idea. That's all. I just want 5%. And I need another 5% as your agent.
Okay, I was gonna say I'll give you 10%. We make a dime.
There you go.
Well, let's see, 200 pots, $35 each. That's $7,000 right there. You've got setting on your land with the trees and the pots ready to go.
So I'm already on the hook for 700 of that. So because 10% is, so.
And
now
straight up though, I think that would be, I think you should do it straight up, because that people are going nuts for trees right now.
Dude, I'm just, that ought to be one of a half dozen hustles that you have.
I know.
I know you've got other hustles going on. That ought to be just one of them.
Right. Right now I got the rabbits working and pulling the garden in, and doing the spicy tomato grow.
When you pick up the phone, you should say, Whizz's spicy tomatoes, rabbits, and tree farm. How can I help you? Which direction? What department can we connect you with today?
Right. Yeah.
And if you don't have the time, and if you don't have the funds to pay somebody an hourly wage to go dig them, tell them you'll give them 25% or something. You'll give them a percentage. That way you don't have to. That way they're responsible for their own insurance, their own everything, their own taxes.
1099, exactly.
Yeah. The problem is finding anybody to work.
That is a problem these days. You are absolutely right. Finding anybody that'll do anything finding anybody that'll do anything, much less worth the fuck.
Right. Exactly. It's like, shit. You want me to do what? I just want you to dig up trees and put them in these pots all day long.
Hey, fellas, I got to take off. I'm starving. I need to make something to eat.
Right on. Take care, man.
Alrighty, sir.
And take my middle-aged old man nap.
Well, eat well, my friend.
Feed the neck.
Yeah, eat well, my friend.
Yeah. Y'all take care. I'll catch you later.
Take care, man. I work multiple jobs, and I've got people asking me all the time if I could come help them out with this or with that and everything, on a crew or on, just like even a welding company here. And, was asking if I got, if I could give them like Saturdays even, on a few local things and stuff like that. And then I'll be talking to somebody and they'll talk to me and tell me they just can't find a job. And I just look at them. It's like, that's complete bullshit, because I know there's jobs out there. A lot.
How do you do local only searches on eBay? I see. Oh, there's a local.
Yeah. You could choose on the left in the filters. I think you can even put a zip code in.
Yeah, my eBay account actually has my address in the account, so it'll give me through the filters. That's my first.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I see it. I got it.
Michael, I'm trying to do the whole great reset thing. I'm really trying to get out of my fucking job, but this recent market downturn has really fucked me up. I'm ready to give mine up. Tell them all to go fuck themselves. Mr. Adventurer. Mr. Adventurer. Da, da, da.
Oh my gosh, what are you?
Old people naps.
There you go.
Trees, spicy tomatoes, and stuff. Dude, exactly. classic Saturday night conversation pieces.
And that's,
Illegal
right.
Mexicans work, and you're going to see them driving high skill wages down. Yeah, they are already. I mean, they've been doing it for years.
Yeah, I've scooped rotten grain. I've gone out. I've built vents. I've gone out. I've hoed beans. Heck, when I was in high school, that was good money. I mean, you can make a lot of money doing that. For a bunch of us high school kids, we'd go out there and knock 160 acres out hoeing beans, and that was a good summer job for a lot
Did
of
you
the
ever bale
farmers
hay?
around. Yep, yep. Even loaded threw hay onto a trailer or loaded it by hand.
Yeah, the whole thing. Barn it up, store it up, fucking cut
Yep.
it, transport it, barn it.
Yep. Yep.
I think
Been
I was
there,
making
done.
$1 an hour doing that. I was 12.
But it was good money, right, for the summer. Yeah. Heck, we used to go out and fill in prairie dog holes for a nickel
All
a
the hay we could
hole.
bale. All the hay you could bale. If
Yep.
you're done with farmer A, you go over to farmer B or farmer C or farmer D. They're all
Yep.
cutting hay. They're always fucking summertime, springtime. They're always cutting hay. I could always fucking bale hay.
So it frustrates me when the left says, "Well, they're doing jobs Americans won't do," which with this generation, maybe that's true, but it's not. Yeah, I know a lot of people that would still do those jobs if they had to, and everything. They're just, a lot of them are working up and they're doing better jobs, but they still start at that place. So
I started at the lowest point ever on just about everything I've ever done in my life.
Yep.
Always started at the low end of it, the shit end of it. I'm the guy going behind everybody shoveling shit.
Yep.
Always have been, always will be. I'm okay with that. Just put me in, coach. That's all I'm saying. Just give me a shot.
Right.
One of the nastiest, dirtiest jobs I ever did was cleaning out grain bins. When they'd run it down.
So nasty, dirty fucking jobs. I don't even care to think about it, to be honest with you.
Right.
But dude, it's a job. It's a
Right.
job job. You got to have one from the time you start spending money on chicks and cars and shit like that. And I started spending money on chicks and cars around 12 or 13 years old. So guess what?
Yep.
I needed some money. And to do that, how many fucking jobs, how many rocket scientists, fucking high paying professional jobs you think they make for 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds? Guess what? None. So we bale hay, we shovel shit, we pick up lumber, we do whatever it takes to get our dollars. At the end, on Friday, we get paid, we take a shower, and we got to spend our money.
During the winter, during school, I'd wake up early in the morning. I'd go out and help feed cattle and then chop ice out of the tanks, go to school. And then after school, I would wash dishes at a restaurant.
I grew up in the suburbs. We were mowing yards and shoveling driveways and raking leaves and doing whatever yard work we could, selling shit door to door, stuff like that.
The way it should be, the way it was. Okay, those are the things that made America great, that make America great.
And
go ahead.
Right. Oh, and I was like, just like with the multiple jobs now, I'm not doing it for my health or that I really, really want to, I'm doing it so here within the next 5 to 10 years, I can slow way down, have everything paid off, and just have
the treadmill. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not that I'm doing it it's benefiting me in the long run, but it's not that I'm doing it for my health. I'm just trying to get to that point a little earlier than maybe others would.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember walking the ditches, picking up aluminum cans and pop bottles and stuff like that, cash them in.
In there, done that. I
Yeah.
remember when pop bottles were nickel.
Yep. Yep. You got a big old bag
And
of aluminum cans, you might get $5 for it. Yeah.
Sing never apologized for being ambitious.
Right.
Never apologized.
Yep. I think I I I the good news is like my sisters, they're all the same way. My brother-in-laws and stuff like that. So my nieces and nephews all saw that. So they're going after it early. And I'm glad with the generation that they are, I'm glad that they're doing that because they're going to be a step ahead of most other kids in their generation.
Dude, most people don't even know what grit is.
No, no,
Yeah.
they don't. No, they don't. But you know what?
Last
I was just
Mafia
looking
sold grit. That's cool as fuck.
at so great.
Because that makes him an old motherfucker.
That's right. Now I was just thinking about these tree things. I got a shitload of cedars, baby cedars out here. So that would that
I
yeah.
smell an idea steaming up.
uh, like
Well, they're easy to
well,
pick out.
cedars and evergreens they sell for a lot more. Like
Yeah.
Diesel said earlier, like a Colorado blue spruce, a foot tall one is about $70, and that's for a little foot tall Colorado blue spruce.
Right. I just need to learn trees now of what kind of trees they are. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, to be able
Hello,
to mark
Google.
them correctly.
Google it.
And there is an app. It's a leaf identifier. You take a picture on your phone, and it will identify the tree.
Okay.
NSA in 52. I was NSA in 12.
NSA, like NSA, National.
I hope he's saying National Security Agency because I was
Did it
there in
exist in
012.
52?
No, it was
I didn't think so.
office of something
Oh,
something
what's that?
else. It
Yeah.
was but 52 was before the CIA even. I think it was OSS or some shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'm still knocking around this idea of the tree thing.
I think it's a great idea.
I do
Yeah.
too.
I just got
Dude,
fucking money written all over it if you ask me.
and you've literally got it right there already growing.
Yeah. And in fact, I gotta get them out of the way because that's where I'm gonna put in a driveway. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So yeah, I've been transplanting them as a hedgerow across frontage of the road. All these cedars.
Oh,
So
those
Like I
cedars.
said, I just want
Yeah.
5%. That's all.
just 5%. You got
Evergreens are at least 40% more than deciduous. Evergreens are quite a bit pricier. They're not double, but they're at least 40 to 50% more.
yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Glass is right. On a highway, go out on a highway and set up a fucking table. You know what? I swear I have sold more shit on a table on a country road, sitting there in a chair. I swear I have. Fucking chicks with husbands driving along. Oh, honey, stop! Whatever he's selling, I need some of it. They don't even know what you're selling, but I need some of it. I am
Right.
not kidding you. Yes.
You've got a printer there, right?
Yeah.
Emerald.
I've got a color
Um,
laser.
one terrific thing to do, because a lot of people, they get this stuff and they don't know exactly like the planting process. Just do a little instructional thing on one piece of paper. for the planting process. The cool thing about it with the CZ farms, they do that, and I do it a little differently than what they recommend, so I'll do it a little differently. But at the same time, I noticed in the reviews, the people on there were saying that, they appreciated the instructions because they had never done it before, and they were a little confused by the videos. And I was lucky because with the videos, plus I had, parents or my mom and then my aunts and uncles that have done it. So I had firsthand training too to be able to do it. So,
Right.
but a lot of them don't. They're just going to put it in their backyard, and a lot of them will bury that root ball all the way up past the stem instead of burying it level, if not an inch or so up.
Right. Then mulch that bitch in.
Yep. And that's a big deal if you don't bury it right, or if you don't go like 1.5 times diameter, 2 times the because how I do it, I'll do 2 times the depth of the root ball, and I'll flat out dig into that root ball. Now I learned my lesson on that. I mean, because it'll grow new roots. I'll flat out dig in and tear that thing up to make sure it's going to spindle out. I'll go 2 times the depth, but then I'll put the dirt back in and then soft tamp it, and then I'll put that root ball down, and then I'll pack it, and I do 1.5 times the diameter, and then I'll soft pack it around that.
Right. Well, that's what I've been doing is I take I'll get it in a pot and then turn around and I'll dig the hole about twice as big and twice as deep as it needs to be. Put all the loose dirt back in just so that the pot sits at the right height. Pack that in, then pull the pot out, take it out of the pot, and put it in the ground.
Right.
And I put a little bit of fertilizer down underneath before I put the pot in. So.
Yep. Dude, like Don said, right now you got everything there. It's all marketing now. You do the marketing right, you're gonna, and then if you start doing some cloning or even your own, growing them from seedlings, starting your own seeds and everything, you're gonna start. God, with that 80 acres, that's just money in the bank.
It's everybody's got a farms. Everybody's come now that I've come out with Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms, everybody just thinks, well, that's just the cutest fucking thing in the world. So they got to have their own farms now. You got to have, Wizard Farms or Emerald Farms, or I've seen another guy. He's got fucking Indian Farms. There's another guy that's got Buick Farms. There's another dude that's got weed farms. I mean, tree farms. Everybody's got fucking farms. .com. It's pissing me off.
I've been doing Emerald City Farms for like what, about 5 years.
Yes, you're right. Why am I just hearing about it now? Come on.
Yeah, I've been doing it for about 5 years.
You're second generation.
No, well, I did have that YouTube page for Emerald City.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
right, Glass Mafia. I've had some trees get seriously root bound. That's what happened to the original.
And see, Mikey's going to start a pig farm. Everybody's, and next thing you know, it's be Mikey's Pig Farm.com. It's coming.
I know, ain't it a bitch? When seems like everybody takes your ideas. I know, right?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, my cloning stuff, I won't start it as a farm. I'm just giving that away. So
I can see it now. SingsCloning.com. SingsCloningFarms.com.
On my whole half acre.
I mean, think about it. How much space do you need to clone out 60,000 fucking spicy tomato plants? Come on,
if I build the 20 by 30 greenhouse like I want to, I could make a lot of clones of the roses and stuff.
Stack them high.
Oh yeah. Yep.
There's
Just wire
100 ways to
shelving.
skin that cat. Exactly.
Yep.
Hydrophobic bonsai trees. That doesn't make any sense.
I wonder
Actually,
if
it
you meant
does.
hydroponic.
If you're growing them in, you're growing bonsai trees, tiny little things in water. They're high quality, high value, high dollar for low drag, low maintenance, low space.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Means high margins, high margins, high margins.
I'm glad I apparently inspired Jason how I gridded up or made my yard into just made grids, and how I'm able to produce with the fruit trees, the bushes, and then a large garden and produce a lot of my own food. He thought you had to have like acres to do it. It's like, no, man, if you put in, that's why I'm doing like the clover in between all the trees and the bushes and stuff to add nitrogen. If you plant the right things next to each other to complement everything, you can get a lot of stuff out of just a backyard.
Yeah, just a 10 by 10 area, you can grow enough food to feed a family.
Right. Yep. And learn to can. Well, heck, my potatoes are inside of one of those big tractor tires I was telling you about. I cut the top ring and the bottom ring off of it, filled it up with a sandy loam, and then some peat moss in it. And my potatoes are easy to dig up, and it grows a crap load of potatoes inside of one of those tractor tires. And that's what 6-foot diameter is all.
Right.
And that
So
was
you could do all that indoors with solar lighting.
Yeah.
From from cheap to free power.
And see, that's a lot of my plan with the greenhouse. I want to have like plants of like a little lettuce area and stuff like that you really can't can, but have it, continuously coming up in different stages. Not head lettuce, I'll just do leaf lettuce. That way you can trim it back and then it just keeps coming up out of the same plant. And then, carrots, a few things like that.
Did you know that 14 cents per kilowatt hour is the national average for electricity?
No, I didn't know that.
14 cents per kilowatt hour. 12 cents is what I pay here in the southern Nevada area. 12 cents per kilowatt hour from Valley Electric.
Deja vu. Somebody else was talking about that today.
I say all of that to put the next statement in context. The PG&E in Southern California currently charges 54 cents per kilowatt hour every day between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. on their grid to their retail customers.
Oh my God.
I want to say that again, 54 cents. And that's a price that has increased 3 times over the last 12 months.
The time on that tells me they're gouging people from 4 to 5. That's when people are getting off of work.
PG&E. That's fucking PG&E. No, that's peak grid is what that is.
Yeah.
And they're allowed to do that because it's peak grid. And it's fucking public. So all of their prices have been cleared by the local government.
Yeah.
So they're not gouging shit. That's what they're allowed to charge. 54 cents. And it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah. Wow.
And Colorado is sending them all our wind generators around here. That's all going to like the Front Range or California.
I saw an investor's note the other day where Investors are expecting power, as in electrical energy generation, to double, or the cost, excuse me, to double over the span of the next 12 months.
Yeah, I heard that too, especially southern states that rely on a lot of natural gas generation stuff.
Exactly, because it hasn't. It hasn't. They haven't raised the price on that energy, on that type of energy now for years.
Yep. I was also told that this winter, the natural gas heating bill will most likely almost double.
620 megawatt supercritical coal burner. See? Yep.
I have a
Yep.
fireplace in my house, and I'm not afraid to use that fireplace and run fans.
Well, I got to be honest with you. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to create my own electricity. One of the reasons.
Well, with the, and I agree with the prices, and I agree with you completely. It'll drop in price, fuel, everything, but it'll never hit that $1.88 again.
Well, I mean, on the long-term trend, the long-term trend is not for these energy costs to drop.
Mm-mm.
This just won't happen. Particularly with inflation being like it is. I mean, my God, how long are we going to have to go through 9, 8, 9, 10% inflation? How
Right.
long? Because that's going to tell us how long we eat $6 gas. And if you think for a second that $6 gas doesn't touch everything, you're wrong.
Shit,
Because it
$5
does.
gas is $4
$5
gas
gas
is
touches
killing everybody.
it touches everything.
Everything.
From the farm to your table, it touches everything. From the mine to your shop, it touches everything. Everything.
So if you think that that's not going to have an effect, a knock-on effect, not just on energy prices, but on prices, everything prices across your board, I'm sorry, you're mistaken.
Yep.
Because your shit is going to get expensive.
Yep. I tell everybody the price of fuel pretty much sets the pace for everything else.
Yep. People got to go to work. People got to get the tanks full on Monday so they can report to fucking work to make their money. They got their money and their bills they got to make. So their fuel, their gas to get them from point A to point B at work, that's an absolute requirement. That's not a negotiable. That's not a we'd like to have it. That's a we got to have it. It's got to happen this week. It's really just that simple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, glass. My I just got the lawnmower, but my weed eater, my hedge trimmer, my blower, everything is 36-volt cordless or dual 18s. It's Makita.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm running everything cordless now. Heck, even the chainsaws that I just got.
I'm telling you, the guy that does not have to go out and buy the $6 a gallon fuel. I mean, I don't know what electricity and battery is costing you across that whole from zero to complete, but I'm sure it's not $6 a gallon.
No, I'm looking at it probably a 25 to 3 investment for what I want to do with the solar, but still, that's not bad. And that'll put me to probably consumption beyond the shop. The shop, if I run that welder and stuff, there's no way I'm going to be able to offset that. But for everything else, household, I'll be able to offset everything on that.
Ghost, I'm not sure our dollars are becoming worthless. I believe that we need to direct our dollars to give us the best bang for our buck. For instance, we need to direct, you and me need to direct our dollars to make ourselves energy independent. And that's what I'm trying to do anyway. That's my vision, is to direct my dollars, as worthless as they are or will be. And the cost of them are going up. So the worthless is coming down. You're absolutely right. But that being said, there's no time better than the present right now for me to invest in long-term methods for me to make energy for myself.
Right.
Because even that stuff's going to get more expensive to buy. And right now it's at a good neutral spot to buy it.
I just can't lose with that. I just,
Nope.
I look at the return on investment. I mean, fuck, I've got $11,800 that I've got invested in it right now, and it'll take me exactly. My spreadsheet says, hold on, come here, 36.5 months of return on investment at $325 a month, which is what my current power bill is.
Even off the recoup, not having to worry about that monthly, getting it taken care of, boom, for the rest of, for 25, 30 years, and
Yep.
not having to worry about that. That's nice to me. Diesel, I agree, spot welding. Right now I got an Arctic, and it's hungry for power.
Home will have a big lithium battery. Yep, absolutely. Size of refrigerator. Absolutely. Already do. I'm already building my refrigerator size battery, as a matter of fact. Smart grid. Exactly. I'll have all of my power will be monitored. I'll have it up on my TV screens across my different, uh, laptop, phone, tablet platforms. I'll be able to monitor all of my shit across all of my energy consumption. I should be able to literally view every square inch of the property with my cameras. Um, what else? What am I missing? I have powers too.
I am gonna do one of those. Either there's a 3.5K, but there's a 7K I'd love to have. One of the wind generators to tie into the system, because we get crap load of wind here though.
Okay. Well, there's nothing that says you shouldn't diversify your energy sources.
Right.
We get a ton of wind here too, but I got a shit ton of solar.
Yeah.
So wind will probably be a secondary priority for me.
Yeah. And we get 300 days of sunshine here. So I mean, I've got plenty of solar. So wind will be kind of a fill in. So usually if we've got weather rolling through and we're not getting sun, I guarantee we've got wind. So I'd be able to make up any loss that I'm not getting full on the solar that way.
Plus, it's interesting to play with.
Yep. Diesel, I've looked into building my own, and yeah, they are pretty easy to build. The grid tie though, they're really strict on having the grid tie system. It's got to be made through a reputable company. It's got to have all the UL testing and ratings, and all of mine. I'm not doing any batteries. Mine is just to offset the intake, and it'll be a grid tie.
See, I haven't looked into grid tying. I don't. I want to sell back to the grid, but
Right.
I'm not sure I want to be dependent on the grid. I've already got my own big time generators and automated fucking transfer switches.
See, and
So,
since I'm in town, code won't allow me just to battery bank up and go completely off.
oh, dude, I can go I can battery bank up and go completely off tomorrow without even, I ain't even got to tell anybody. I'll just go out there and flip the switch and I'll be
Right.
done. And
Right.
they'll be like, okay, you don't have a bill this week. So I think my regulatory requirements are like $6.57. So that'll be my minimum bill every month. If I don't generate any power, then just to fill out the paperwork is $6.57 a month.
Yep. And see,
Okay, that's fine.
that's why I was wanting the acreage, because I wasn't even going to have power lines run to it. I was going to do everything on my own.
Well, I don't have a problem with the grid. Again, I want to use the grid as much as I can. I'll use the grid as a battery. I'll put power into the grid during the day and suck power out at night. And if I can
Right,
make
to
both of
offset.
those even, exactly.
Yep.
I can get a zero balance at the end of the month. That'll make me just as happy as I can be.
Yep. And I don't even care if I'm making money, just as long as I can zero it out.
Exactly. Well, I mean, if I zero it out, I'm still making money. I'm making a shit ton
Yep.
of money.
Yep. And
I'm
I don't
making
have
at least $325 a month, in my eyes, as a matter of fact.
See, and mine is about 200, so I don't have quite the
go.
consumption. So, yeah. But I
It's
also
still
I
two
don't think I
bills a
have.
month forever.
Right. Yep. Well, that's
Do a
$2,400 a year.
Do a calculation on 2 bills a month for, hold on, 12, 120,
10.
240 months times 200.
So that's, what, 40,000, 48,000? Am I right on that? No.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're
What
looking
did
at
we say, 200? So that's,
24,000.
yeah, roughly 40,000. That's $40,000.
Yep.
So you're spending $40,000 over the span of 20 years for power. That's what that
That'd be
calculation is.
48,000. Yep, because it'd be 24,000 for 10 years, so it'd be 48,000 over 20 years. That's a chunk of change.
It's a shit ton of change. That's exactly what that is.
Yep.
That's what you're spending, and that's what your typical solar system will last for. 20 years.
Right.
That's what the warranties are for. 20 years. So if you wanted to step out and spend $48,000 on solar, you could recoup that over 20 years. No problem whatsoever. And you break even across the board.
And I don't know yet what the grid tie system is going to cost, because I know it's a whole nother system. But with the panels, with the connectors, with everything that I was pricing and everything, I should be under 3.
Hey, if you're going grid tie, I've got an ABB professional grade 5.6 kW grid tie inverter sitting in my garage in a crate. I can't use. Never been hooked up.
How many kilowatt will it handle?
Up to 6.
6. That'd be plenty.
Yeah. Normally sells for about $1,800. Make me an offer.
Nice. I might have you email me the specs on it. Make sure it'll go through my auto start, that Jenny and everything, because I've got to figure all that out. Figure what I need for all that.
I can help you with that. Happy to.
Nice. I would, yeah, greatly appreciate it, because I know it's a whole new conundrum at having that generator in there.
It ain't all that.
No, it's not all that part.
I'm actually putting my generator behind my inverters and behind the grid. behind, and also behind an automatic transfer switch. So in other words, the battery goes down, the fucking grid goes off, and 15 seconds later, my generator's online.
Nice.
Well, what I'm going to set up, what I'll do is I'll extend that out to my inverters. So the inverters will be the principal. And when that goes offline, if the grid's offline, then the generator will start up.
Nice.
So it'll be a
I am,
three-stage.
and I'm concerned for a good reason, because my switch on the last one did not switch, and it was trying to charge the entire system when the power went down about a mile out of town, and I had like street lights trying to come on, and it burnt my Jenny up.
Oh shit.
You need to have your local code electrician come out and rewire your shit, because it's fucked up.
Yep. This time I had it done. I had this one, when it came in, I had it tied in for the company that sold it to me.
I'm surprised they let you put that thing online. I really am. Because you should have a minimum physical lockout at the panel to not let you do what you just did.
Yep. Yeah. And the worst thing is, that could have been dangerous if they were working on it, and if it was charging
Could have
from the
been
other
dangerous.
end.
That is dangerous. That if anybody would have been working on your fucking sublink, your substation, you would have fried their testicles.
Yep.
Would have been fucking baked huevos for the fucking breakfast.
And just one failure of a switch is what it. Yep. But
that's why you need these fucking $1,000, 200 amp automatic transfer switches. These things do it automatically, and they're
this was an automatic transfer switch. It just failed. It didn't switch, or it didn't completely open the circuit going back in, to where it was still trying to charge. But it was but I did skimp. I got a little made in China setup that I won't do again.
Oh, I got a Generac, the biggest one they had, and I had the baddest electrician in the fucking within 100 miles install it.
Yeah. See, this one, the one I got now, is a Generac, but it's one of the little guys. It's a Whisper. It's only 3,200.
Okay. That's still a fucking nice switch. It really is.
Yeah. And it runs off natural gas. That's what I like about it. So I don't have to worry about keeping it filled up. Yeah. It's just plumbed in.
Natural gas for the win. Mine's a propane.
Yep.
Sorry.
Nice.
Same thing. Better BTUs, better everything. Keeps longer, stores longer.
Yep. You don't have to worry about gas going bad.
Yep. We're just having that conversation with my wife earlier. I've got, I don't know, probably 25 gallons worth of gas in storage here locally for me. And I need to get some Stay-Bill or some what is it, Seafoam or Stay-Bill? Yeah. One of the two.
I'd get the Seafoam. I like the Seafoam a lot better than the
I've
Stay-Bill.
heard good things about the Seafoam, so I'll get the Seafoam. Yeah. I need to get a couple of containers of that and make some additive.
I believe the numbers, I put it in private chat, Singularity. I believe that's the one I've got. I'll double check all that. But I've already got it. It's still crated up.
Those ABBs are fucking industrial grade, that's for sure.
Yeah. I bought it when I bought my big panel array. And then fucking electric company wouldn't let me hook it into the grid.
Now, I know there's sticklers on stuff, especially with the wind. The solar is bad enough with the grid tie, but the wind, those little wind generators, you can't just go on Amazon and buy one and expect to be able to tie it in. It's got to have certain specs on it. It's got to be, everything's got to be exactly what your local company once, and not all of them are the same, apparently.
No. But yeah, I spent $6,000 on the system and was going to do the grid tie inverter to avoid buying the battery set, do all that, the whole 9 yards, and turn around and you had the electrician come out, hook everything up. And then they called the electric company and they sent out an engineer and said, "Nope, you're not hooking this up." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
You don't have the right meter on the property or some shit." And I'm like, "Well, what the hell? Well, we ain't gonna replace it. It's gonna cost this and this." I was like, it was like like $3 or $4 for them to
Yep.
rewire the set. They weren't
And
gonna
see,
pay for it.
I'm lucky in that respect because this little town 2 years ago went through and updated all the meter systems. So we've got the newer style digital meter systems. So I've got everything to where I can tie in real easy.
We're saying they're required by law to have the fucking meters and net metering available and new meters or net metering at will. So they'll put a meter in there. They'll put a net metering meter in there if I say so.
Yep.
Plus, I'll just tell my electrician to do it. I'll say, because he's been working with these people for fucking 20 years, and I don't really
Right.
need to listen to fucking anybody electricity say anything lippy. I don't. So I just tell my electrician, listen, here, this is what I'd like. This is what I want to do. Go forth and make it happen. And he does. Permits, fucking meters. He had to put a stand up there to put my meter on. No problem. Took care of it. It cost me. Ain't cheap, but he gets it done. And I get very little lip.
Stop. My
Sounds
dog
like someone's got
apparently.
puppy dogs.
Yeah, she's hollering at me to go out. And actually, I just noticed it's almost 2:00, so I might chat with you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah, it is kind of late, ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You guys
getting
get
there.
me up talking, and I just don't know what's going on. And Diesel, he's like, well, he talks and talks and talks and talks. Then there's Skull, he talks and talks, and Mikey talks and talks, and everybody else talks, and I just sit here and listen.
Right on, guys. Take care easy. Have a good night.
All right,
All
dream
right,
well,
Shane.
Patriot.
Wiz, you calling it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Yeah, my fridges are cold again, and I can shut down the generators. Get to
All right,
bed.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
down. I'm gonna go down and look at my new toys.
I'm telling you, man. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's an investment that's been sitting in a crate in my garage. That'll work.
Dude, that'd be yeah. That'd be awesome to get that thing functioning and get it sold. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Fuck yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's cool. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, man, because I'm of the mind I'm just off work. Like I said, we told them to come get their lines and take them off the property. So
Well, like I said, I'm a month or two from total abandoning the fucking grid completely. So
they were
I'm just fucking tired of them.
well, we hadn't used their lines in 2 years, and they were looking for a way to charge us for having their shit on our property. So
Well,
I used the auspices of that. Well, we're doing construction. I need you to come remove this shit, uh, and we'll bring it back in underground when we bring it back in. And
yep.
they were more than happy to come take it out. Said it's going
Oh
to
yeah.
charge you when they put it back in. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Of course they
But
are. Yep.
right,
Yep. That's fine. We're good with that. Exactly.
yeah. So all right, guys.
See ya. Alrighty, guy. Take care of yourself.
All right, man. See you. But tomorrow night is Sunday, so Tanya's probably going to be online doing her
Tanya's
thing.
deal. Exactly. Glass
Right.
Mafia, always a pleasure. Love talking to you. Skull, you're always talkative. Diesel, yakety yakety yak. I know, Michael. Everybody's always talking.
God bless each and every one of you.
All righty, guys. Take care. Much appreciated.
You have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon.
Toodles.
Good night.